Inori Minase is a microwave 5G fearing, English failing, insult loving, Mickey Mouse literally dumbly cute voice actress. And despite all of this, is a voice acting prodigy with many iconic roles and a music channel with over 300,000 subscribers. Inori has always been an otaku since she was a kid and has hence always wanted to become a voice actor from as young as kindergarten. Shows like Detective Conan and Sailor Moon got her going all excited, and when her mother told her of the occupation voice actor, this otaku frame 1 at 5 years old said, "Mother, I am going to be a voice actor." In the following years, Inori showed that she was the epitome of a crazy otaku. In elementary school, she loved Mori-ran from Detective Conan, so she went to learn karate. In middle school, she got addicted to Prince of Tennis, so she signed up to the tennis club, only to realize she couldn't just do the anime-ass tennis no-serve jutsu technique off the bat and just quit. That was the kind of child Inori was, an only child deeply loved by her parents who let her do whatever she wanted to. In fact, Inori actually wasn't very confident in her voice actor dream, but her mother always encouraged her. And when she was in the last year of middle school, Inori's mother brought back a magazine containing an ad for a voice actor agency, telling her to try for her dreams when she's still young. Heeding her dear mother's advice, Inori applied for agency Sony Music Artist's first ever Annie Stolis audition. And boy, did this mother know what's up, because despite having zero formal training and zero experience whatsoever, by simply practicing on her own, she passed the audition first try, winning the Grand Prix award and officially being a voice actress at a mere 14 years old. Debuting in the same year as Akari from Occult Academy, Inori was the prodigy who steamrolled her competition with no prior experience. Or at least that's what they want you to believe. So I did a little digging and it felt a bit weird, but I found this child actor called Suenaga Mio who eerily resembles Inori. And I would actually try and hide her past identity if it weren't for the fact that Wikipedia directly says it's her. To be fair, it doesn't take a genius. Her face and voice 20 years later are exactly the same. The fuck aging pills are these Japanese on, man? Honestly, there isn't much info on her, nor much that she did other than a few shows, a few photo shoots, and so on. But the fact that she was signed to an agency as a kid and did perform in things means she did have a background in acting, which probably explains how she passed the audition so easily. Inori does mention in an interview that she was briefly in the acting club in middle school, but quit very quickly as she realized she was too embarrassed to act in front of a crowd, which checks out. That's probably why she quit the child acting thing and successfully moved on to be a voice actor. However, in a weird twist of fate, a drama show is ironically what would give her her first boost of popularity. Debuting as a voice actress at 14 years old is an extremely impressive feat, but Inori was quickly shown the harsh reality of being a voice actor. For 3 entire years, all the way until 2013, Inori did not get a single role. Like, not even minor roles, 0 roles. This was about the time when she was in high school, when everyone around her was considering their career path. Inori saw her classmates around her with their entire career path planned and wondered if it was even worth it to continue chasing voice acting as a career. I mean, could you even call no work for 3 years a career? The last of her hope fading, she applied for the audition of Love Lab, telling herself that if she failed this one last time, she was going to quit voice acting. She got the main character role, Tanahashi Suzune. At a similar time, Inori got a role as an actor in the morning drama Ama-chan as an idol member. Now, this wasn't a particularly main character, but the TV drama ended up blowing up more than expected, leading to the idol song of the show to be performed at Kohaku, a national television show broadcasted all over Japan every year on New Year's Eve, featuring performances from some of the biggest artists in the country. And Inori was somehow included at 17 years old. In other words, before she really got any roles as a voice actress, she got featured on one of the most watched Japanese Japanese national television programs ever because she happened to play a side character in a drama that blew up randomly. Insane. Or lucky. Imagine the thing you chose to quit being the thing that comes back and gives you a career. The irony. With her newfound role in Love Lab and her name spreading through Kohaku, it didn't take long for Inori to get a consistent line of roles. The first big one being Chino from Gochumon wa Usagi desu ka? Man, this anime made a lot of careers, didn't it? The big roles then started rolling in. Noelle from Sola no Method, Yuki from Gakkou Gurashi, Jun from The Anthem of the Heart, and then came Rem from ReZero, one of the most popular anime characters of all time. This girl is iconic. There is an infinite supply of Rem figures in any given Japanese arcade. Her song has like 13 million views on YouTube, top 30 favorites of all time in Mal, all for her to be known as the girl who got rejected. I wonder how she's doing right now. But even before Rem, in early 2016, Inori had already won the Best Female Main at the 10th Seiyuu Awards, then proceeded to win the Best Newcomer at the 25th Japanese Animation Film Awards as Jun from The Anthem of the Heart, and then finally won the Best Character Role at the New Type Seiyuu Awards as Rem. Triple in a single year! Her fame as a rising star, and hence the roles, started blowing up like no tomorrow. Luluka in Danganronpa, Yoshino in Masamune's Revenge, Yapper in Recreators, the goddess of boobs in Danmachi, Hito from Girls Last Tour, Mari from A Place Further Than the Universe, Itsuki from Godobun, Shoko from Bunny Girl Kaimin in Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, a shitty childhood friend, John in The Case Study of Vantis, Alicia from The Dumbass Hero, Lena from Ahaden, Beta from Eminence in Shadow, Girl Failure in Yamanaka, Farina from Genshin, Solin in Nikkei, and many, many more. At this point, Inori had already become a renowned voice actress, featured in massive shows. You'd think that a prodigy that got to this level without even going to any training school would be, smart, right? Well... Alright, so first of all, she fears microwaves, as in the microwaves. Magnetic waves will do harm to my body. I will not go near it, kind of fear. Her radio listeners had to tell her through mail that no, microwaves are not harmful to the human body, unless you're eating microwave Chuck E. Cheese every day. And then we have the cooking incident. As we know, Inori was a loved only child, maybe a bit spoiled, which would explain why she is apparently garbage at cooking. Garbage as in, there was one time her mother got sick, so she wanted to be a good daughter to help her make some miso soup and stir-fried veggies to help dear mom feel better. Unfortunately, she had no idea how anything worked, took 10 billion years for what should have been a pretty simple meal, and added so much oil that her mother took a bite and said, I think I'm gonna get more sick. The heart is what matters though, right? Well, how about the Ring of Wisdom stream? See, it's called the Ring of Wisdom because it's essentially this kind of mini puzzle where you have to use your wisdom and disentangle a set of pieces tangled together by solving the thing. Wisdom would be the last thing Inori uses because on a live stream, she tries solving this puzzle only to continuously fail, give up after only 1 minute, and start trying to just break the thing by brute force. Obviously, a 154 cm tall Japanese girl cannot rip metal in two. The host was even trolling and roasting her the entire time. But don't worry, it's not just her puzzle solving skills. We also have English skills. Alright, you might know that most Japanese people aren't exactly proficient in English despite learning it for 9+ years. But this one scene is so...
Hi, it's Inori Minase. I am a voice actor and 歌手? 歌手? Songman.
Ah yes, Minase Inori, my favorite songman.
I like 好きなこと I like 好きなこと I like walking 呼吸楽しい
She must have failed school though, because she's also atrocious at math. One time, she was challenged to complete the multiplication table, giving us the legendary 7 times 9 equals 60. And then there's being a masochist. On this one radio show, Inori was begging Saori Hayami to insult her.
何聞こえない。あれかと思ったら、祈りか。
To be fair, she does have a point. Finally, we have the worst one. So Inori is a Disney fanatic, as in she has an annual pass to Tokyo Disneyland and reports going to Disneyland over 100 times a year. 100 out of 365. Like, she'll just casually go for a few hours before or after work. That's lunatic behavior. But what's worse is Inori, from her very own mouth, describes Mickey Mouse as her ideal man. What the fuck? Bro, imagine fucking the mouse, and when he comes, he goes, whoop, and just fucking sings Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And we thought furries were weird. But all of her strange, stupid incidents or habits are, well, just stupid, harmless things that we make fun of her for. However, some much more serious allegations would stir up in April 2024. Something you could maybe really call her dumb for. The incident started with a gossip magazine account reposting images of Inori. Now, this is technically against the terms laid out by her agency, although usually no one really cares. But for some reason, the official Inori Minase account quote retweeted one of the tweets saying, "An idiot who can't read the warnings of Inori Minase," flaming the account. Clearly, an official account directly insulting someone like this was very unprofessional, and the tweet was deleted within minutes. At first, everyone thought it was just a mistake made by the staff and just brushed it off. However, the next day, Inori Minase's official account made a statement saying that the incident was caused by their account being hacked. This was an extremely unconvincing argument because the tweet was deleted within minutes and it didn't become a crypto scam promotion or anything. Nothing else happened in the quote-unquote hacked account. The official account was clearly lying about being hacked. Unsatisfied, 5chan started searching for clues. They found a Twitter account called Doyakonga, who was supposedly a hardcore Inori fan who was flaming the same gossip account for reposting images of Inori Minase. Now, the interesting thing is, the wording and writing style of Doyakonga was very similar to the insulting tweet made by the Inori Minase account. Moreover, at the exact same time the mistake tweet was deleted, the Doyakonga account was also suddenly deactivated on Twitter. This led to speculation that possibly this Doyakonga was actually Inori herself. A deeper investigation into the Doyakonga account revealed a few things. 1. Everything about Doyakonga was suspiciously similar to Inori. Their interests, like Disney, are the same. The account's likes showed stuff such as Disney, Twice, the K-pop group, and makeup, all things that match what a girl her age would like. Has way too many tweets regarding how Inori personally feels, something impossible to know as just a mere fan, and just overall details about her past and life that no ordinary fan would have access to. 2. 5chan users found that a few of the tweets' IP addresses led straight to a voice actor agency office. In other words, at least a few of these tweets were made inside the office of a voice actor agency. 3. Doyakonga knew a very important plot point from the Fontaine storyline of Genshin before it even released in some random comment. This is suspicious because Inori voices Furina, one of the main characters in Fontaine, with a lot of voice lines. And the spoiler directly has to do with her, so she would know the story before it comes out since she voiced it. 4. Doyakonga was somehow able to attend every single leg of a tour Inori did. Not even something members of her fan club would be able to do because of the official application restrictions. With all this evidence combined, people came up with two possibilities. Doyakonga is either Inori herself or is a staff member who works closely to Inori. Now, some stuff like the Genshin leaking is kinda bad, but what really made this incident controversial is that she talked about other voice actors a lot. Some in a very positive light, such as Hanakana, Sawashiro Miyuki, and Hayami Saori. That's fine. But on the other hand, there was a lot of trash talking, dissing, and leaking of personal info, including Kito Akari and Iguchi Yuka got plastic surgery. Ogura Yui lip syncs in concerts and hires ghostwriters. Ito Miku ignores her when she greets her. Taketatsu Ayana uses way too many Photoshop filters. Onishi Saori is hiding her marriage. Uchida's Maya CDs don't sell well, and so on. Now, I'm sure you can see why it'd be bad if Inonin was actually the one saying all this online publicly. And while there is decent evidence that it could be her, we have no proof. I mean, Disney and Twice are fairly common interest to have. The IP address thing was just from some 5chan user, not exactly a reliable source. The Genshin story is sus, but there were a few people who correctly predicted the plot twist, so it is possible that Doyakonga just got lucky or an accurate guess. And the fan club thing, you could technically cheat the system and buy from scalpers or just get multiple fan club accounts. There just isn't enough substantial evidence to guarantee it's her. It could very well be a crazy obsessed fan or a staff member. I mean, there is a decent chance it is her, but I don't think it's right to point fingers without 100% proof. There's a lot more if you want to look at the details. This is just a brief summary, but believe whichever side you want to believe. And do let me know in the comments, I'm curious. Sadly, regardless of the truth, this incident blew up online and ended up trending on Twitter in Japan. I mean, to this very day, if you search Inori Minase, you will get the suggestion Inori Minase Doyakonga. Ogura Yui and Ito Miku pretty quickly made some passive-aggressive tweets the next day, and their agency, Style Cube, threatened legal action for defamation of their talents. No matter how you look at it, Inorin was in quite the pickle. But she did what any smart YouTuber would do in the face of cancel culture. Just ignore it. No statement, no apology, no anything. Keep doing your job, stay quiet, and the drama will phase away. Inonin's career seemed to stay fine. She still gets main character roles, maybe not as much as before, but it's been a whole year since the incident and nothing big has happened since. Was Doyakonga actually Inonin? The world will never know. What's most important, however, is how well her music career is still doing. Inonin has a 10-year artist history all the way from 2015 until now, with multiple million-view MVs, over 300k subs on YouTube, and concerts in venues most voice actors could only dream of. I mean, she's one of the few that has performed on the legendary Budokan. Conventionally speaking, she is very pretty and has one of the cutest, most heart-melting voices ever. Somehow, it seems that the controversy, as big as it was a year ago, has fizzled out, and other than some gossip, has not seemed to affect her career too much. Call her dumb for venting publicly in this industry, if it is actually her. Call her the cutest angel to live. The most important takeaway here is that, damn, Mickey Mouse got more bitches than you. Special thanks to Vicente Pagani and all my members and patrons for supporting the channel.